Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 4th, 2022, and it's finally goodbye 20k. Yes, we've been hanging out at 20k, a little bit below 20k. I believe that we are finally going to say goodbye to the 20k region, right? Imminently, in the next few hours. This has already started. So we're going to look at that. We're going to look at Bitcoin dominance. We're going to look at the DXY. We're going to look at the SPX. We're just going to have a gander at the SPX, and we're going to look at the altcoins in our watch list. If that interests you, then keep watching. Hope you're having a great Friday. It's a nice and sunny and warm afternoon here in the DC metro area. And let's get into it. Guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you're getting value from this content. All right. Let's start off with the DXY. Yeah. DXY on the daily time frame. Okay, is this finally it, right? Because this DXY has been tricky, okay? Yesterday's episode was the tricky Dixie, right? Because you keep getting these moves up, even though we know we're at resistance right here, yeah? We know this is resistance, but we still keep getting these moves up to test. And here's why I think this is it, okay? And, again, the rule of three, we see this all the time in the charts, right? You get what we call a head and shoulders pattern, right? Comprised of a left shoulder, a right shoulder, and a head. And I think that's what you're getting here, to be honest with you. This has taken some time to form, obviously. Ever since, before we finished wave 5. So that's about 60 days of consolidation reversal. And that is not that out of the ordinary if you really think about it. Because if you want to really understand what's going on here, we are at the top of a move, the very top of a 14-year move. Let's go on the weekly time frame. I don't think people understand what this means. The dollar's been ripping, not just since here, right? This is, since mid-2021. This is that fifth wave up that we've tracked here. We've got a beautiful primary, intermediate, and minor count going up. This move is as old as this right here, 2008, right? Here you can count the start of an impulse, right? It is not the prettiest impulse, but it is illegal, and it's a viable and a highly likely, or a high percentage impulse. A high percentage impulse basically means that, this is what you typically see in terms of proportions, like, wave 1, retracement of wave 2 gives you wave 3 between 1618 and 2 Fibonacci extension. Wave 4 retraces between 0.236 and 0.382 of wave 3, and so on and so forth. High percentage 5-wave extension right here, okay? So this top that we've been in for the past 60 days represents the top of that 14-year move. That's why I'm like, we've been a bit impatient. We've been a little peeved that things haven't happened faster. But if you put it into perspective, I mean, this is a big deal. This is a big deal, and it should take its time. Okay? Let's go back on the daily time frame. And so you can see, like, this, and this is why I have all these 5s here. For people who don't understand, they're not Elliott wave nerds. The Roman numeral 5 represents a certain degree, the highest level degree, which is what we call the cycle wave, okay? This is the end of the cycle wave. This is also the end of the primary wave, right? That's the circled 5. This is also the end of the minor wave, okay? That's the parenthetical 5. So basically this point right here that we had on September 28, 2022, represented the top of a large number of waves, many degrees of movement of the US dollar currency index to the upside, okay? and the ensuing consolidation reversal that, you know, we've experienced for the past 60 days, right? What's that? 2 months, right? That's nothing. That's been a cap or consolidation reversal on all of that price action, okay? And so basically what you get here, what you typically get in markets, not just in this market, but in most markets, you'll see for price to change direction from going from up to down or down to up, you have to put in a consolidation reversal, okay? And we focus on that on this channel. And I think this is what primarily distinguishes my Elliott wave work from most others. There's some other pretty good Elliotticians out there, but the fact that they don't even acknowledge the existence of consolidation reversal channels makes me, it's hard for me to even follow their work. Because it's like, you know, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And if you don't have that piece, if you don't have A-B basing, it's kind of like an Elliottician only knowing the 5-wave impulse, okay, and not knowing that they retrace in 3 waves. Maybe they knew A-B basing, okay, but they only knew 5 waves, but they didn't know this. There are 3 aspects, 3 main aspects, or modes, I would call it, to price action. There's corrective price action, the 3 waves down, let's say it's an uptrend. There's impulsive price action, okay, up or down. There's corrective price action, up or down. And then there's consolidative reversal up price action. Not knowing a whole ass mode, it's kind of like you're in the dark. You're really in the dark. Your analysis it can't be that good, okay? Even if you know everything there is to know about the 5 waves, everything there is to know about the corrective waves. The fact that you don't acknowledge or understand the existence even, like that's how crazy it is. You don't even acknowledge the existence of consolidation reversal patterns. You're going to see, I don't know the metaphor, but like whenever you see this, you're going to try to fit this into that hole. You're going to try to fit that into this hole. You're just going to try to make something happen, you know, in your analysis that's not there. And it's going to confuse the hell out of you. And you're going to have a low hit rate. And you're just going to make a lot of stuff up. So for me personally, no offense, okay, I just so happen to be lucky enough to really like delve into Nelson's work, Ralph Nelson Elliott's work. And, you know, all of the derivative works, right? The seminal texts. And, like, you know, I'm an academic, you know, just by nature. That's my training. You know, I've overeducated, if you will. You know, so that's just how I do things. And even outside of school, when I'm studying things, I just go deep. And I'm very, what's the word? I am skeptical, and that helps me learn a lot because I don't take anything for granted. I don't take anybody's word for anything. I try to figure things out on my own and see the prevailing opinions, and then I challenge everything, okay? And so that enabled me to see these consolidation reversal patterns, okay? So these past 2 months of consolidation reversal are going to lead to a change in impulse. The impulse went up, now the impulse is going down. I think we're finally at the point where in this head and shoulders pattern, you can count 2 degrees of A-B basing. Okay, that's basically our consolidation reversal pattern. We can have a quick look at that on the smaller time frames. Let's see. No, let's go on the hourly. Okay, and you know, my best effort in counting this would be that is a clear initial break of structure, big A. That is a counter, okay, big B. That is another or secondary break, so small a, and then that's a secondary counter, small b. And then this is my pivot into impulse, okay? And this finally looks impulsive, okay? And let's zoom out and look at that back on the daily. And why do I say this finally looks impulsive? It's because if you look at the chart, when have you seen this kind of movement on the daily time frame, this much impulsive price action to the downside in the past? You haven't. It's been a bit choppy. Finally, it looks impulsive. Finally, it looks like a clean, strong move down. Okay, and then if we look at our momentum indicator, that move happened at the top of the momentum wave, meaning we haven't even crossed on the daily time frame. Crossed bearish, that is, right? And yet you have this move, a huge move to the downside. So this to me seems like, okay, now we're finally cooking with gas. We're finally getting that big move that we've been waiting for. And what are we doing right now at this very moment? That impulse is holding. That impulse is holding the support, the 14-year support. Remember this dotted line I tracked from the beginning of the move up of the US dollar currency index 14 years ago, from 2008. Now that impulse is kind of hanging out on that support, and naturally it's solid support. It's 14 years of support, and then it's doing a little dance on it, and eventually it's going to break down, and we're going to see even more of a move in cryptos, in risk on assets, in stocks. So this is what I'm reading in the DXY. Guys, if you're getting value, please like, share, and subscribe. I don't think you're getting this anywhere else for a lot of reasons, right? Very few people are actually doing Elliott wave theory correctly, like in a full way, looking at the three modes, looking at consolidation reversal patterns, looking at corrective patterns, looking at impulsive patterns, and putting them together and analyzing the charts. Maybe one day I'll write about that because honestly there's very little written about AB basis, and if anything, to be honest, and other than my work on YouTube, I don't really see anybody talking about it. There's really nothing else, and I think at this point in 2022, YouTube is a viable source of information. Obviously, it's not Encyclopedia Britannica, but I've been talking about AB basis for hundreds of days. Someone out there has the ideas that I have, and they're like, well, I wonder if anybody's talking about this. And I don't have AB basis hashtagged in my profile, right? Maybe I should start doing that. But, if they eventually find me, they're like, oh shit, this guy's been talking about that. And there's a bunch of, analysis, a bunch of examples, a bunch of research about these AB bases. This is a good source of information. So yeah, anyway, just some thoughts. Maybe if I get some time, the interest, I will write about this formally. And as I said, yeah, I'm from that. I have that training of writing books and studying stuff and being in universities and stuff. Spent a long time in places of learning. But these days, you can learn everything on YouTube if you know what you're doing, and on the internet at large. All right. MB says, Litecoin, absolutely. Osman says, hi, Dean. Hey, Osman, what's up? Let's get into the rest of the analysis. All right, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Okay. So Bitcoin dominance is looking great. What have we been saying? We've been saying that this right here is a corrective pattern, right? This is a 1, 2, 3 wave move, okay? If it's 3 waves, it's corrective, okay? And what's interesting about a 3-wave move is that you always know to look for the counter, okay? No, sorry, 3-wave move is corrective. That's all we know about 3-wave move. Because the 3-wave move can be the counter itself. So we look at the 3-wave move, we think counter correction. But the other interesting thing about this is we have a 3-wave move followed by another 3-wave move. Okay? So this is clearly what we would call No, this is a consolidation reversal pattern. Okay, so this is again where we go. You want to say it's a. If you want to say that all of this is a corrective pattern to this, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense. This may be a corrective pattern right here. Okay, so this is the correction, the three-wave move, and then all of this is your AB base, right? Changing this trend back down to this trend, right? Always need, I mean, this, you see this in nature all the time. I feel like this is a natural, normal, elegant solution to understanding what's going on with. I don't understand how people think, and like really smart people who study this all the time, they look at a lot of charts. What the hell do you think is going on in the in between? Do you think price just goes like this? No, it never does that. So why can't you? Anyway, I'm ranting. All right, so we're seeing AB basing over here, okay, and we've been calling that for quite some time, and it's taken the form of a rising wedge, and we know rising wedges break down to the point where they formed. Typically, okay, they can break up as well, but they tend to break down. This one broke down just like we said it would, and it hit its target. Now that it's at its target, what happened? This rising wedge consolidated a bit at the support level. Now it's consolidated. All it needs to do is break the support level, and then we're dropping down into hell. Okay, this is great for bullishly inclined traders, speculators, because we all know that Bitcoin dominance is inversely correlated with bull markets. Okay, you can do the research yourself. Don't take my word for it. Pull up a chart of Bitcoin, right? You have all the tools here, and I think this is free on TradingView. You can split screen right here. Where is it? Yeah, you can split screen. Yeah, you can pull up two charts simultaneously. Just pick this option. I'm not going to do it now, but you can pull up the chart of Bitcoin on a high time frame. You can pull up the chart of Bitcoin dominance, and you can look at the bull runs, and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, Bitcoin dominance is inversely correlated to bull markets. Crypto bull markets. Okay, a lot of people get confused because they don't understand what a bull market is, right? When we talk about bull markets on this channel, we're obviously talking about pure impulsive price action to the upside in 5 waves, right? It's well defined because we're dealing with Elliott wave theory by and large. But when people talk bull markets, you know, they'll just look at anything that represents higher highs and higher lows. So it's a little confusing because sometimes you get higher highs and higher lows in corrective price action. But if you really look at it, Bitcoin dominance, when it goes down impulsively, the crypto market at large, Bitcoin included, go up impulsively. So we want, if you're a bull, you want Bitcoin dominance to tank to hell. I repeat, if you're bullish, you want Bitcoin dominance to tank to hell. How does it make sense? Make it make sense, Dean. What do you mean Bitcoin dominance is going down? I thought Bitcoin was the king coin. I thought Bitcoin was ever so important. And we want it to dominate the cryptocurrency market and everything else follow. No, my friend, that's not how it works. That's how it worked before. Because there were fewer altcoins. There were fewer viable projects. There were fewer serious projects. It's 2022. We've been 10 plus years in crypto, okay, doing this crypto thing. There are a lot of good, solid, quality, serious altcoins, right? Non-Bitcoin projects. They are gobbling up market share. So, very naturally, expect moving forward that Bitcoin dominance decrease more and more and more as time goes on. I know people will tell you differently, BitBoys and other people. I'm looking at it from a charting perspective, okay? Not just a fundamental perspective. First, I'm looking at the charts. I'm looking at what the chart's saying, and then I'm kind of thinking, does that make sense? And I come up with the fundamentals. A lot of people do it the opposite. They'll say, well, I like Bitcoin, and I think there are a lot of quote-unquote shit coins out there. and they'll prove the fact that they're shit coins. They'll lose all kinds of value, and Bitcoin will reign supreme. And so Bitcoin dominance will go to the moon. Benjamin Cowan thinks the same. He's a mathematician, by the way. Yet he can't read a chart. And he says that. And he's waiting for Bitcoin dominance to go up. Right? So again, I'm not saying this to disparage other people. I'm saying this to give you the understanding that it doesn't matter if an account is huge. It doesn't matter if I have two subscribers or 2,000 subscribers, or somebody else has 200 or 2 million subscribers. You do your own research. You think for yourselves. And this is the crux. This is the essence of what makes crypto great. It's self-empowered financing, or self-empowered money management, self-empowered investing. Right? You're not looking at some hedge fund to just do things for you and like lose your money and then say, sorry, everything crashed. Like, use your own judgment, your own kind of logic. So Bitcoin dominance naturally is gonna go down the more serious projects come into the fray. And this is what we're seeing. So we want Bitcoin dominance to go down. Technically speaking, that's what it looks like, and that's what the charts are showing, right? That's an inverse correlation between Bitcoin dominance and the bull market. So it looks like we're about to enter a bull market. So, because if you zoom out, you can see what I'm talking about. Again, you have a reversal pattern, okay? And this reversal pattern's been in the works since 2017, okay? It's a head and shoulders. That is a bearish pattern. It usually breaks down. Doesn't always, but usually breaks down, okay? Confirmation of this breakdown is a break of the neckline. We're currently on the neckline. So right now, you see it. We're playing on the neckline. Once we break that, we start going down impulsively and hitting this target of 23.9, right? Which is the height of the head. That's your bull market in crypto. And that's your alt season. That's, all your cryptocurrencies that are outside of Bitcoin gaining against Bitcoin. So that's Bitcoin dominance. Guys, the momentum indicator, right? The stochastic RSI momentum indicator is telling us the same thing. You don't have to be a genius or some master technician, Elliottian to figure all of this stuff out. It's right there in front of you. You pull up the stochastic RSI. It is very simple. It basically, when it's on top, it has to reset to the bottom. When it's on the bottom, it has to reset to the top, more or less, okay? On top is overbought. On the bottom is oversold. It is overbought right now. It is crossed bearish, and it's coming the fuck down, okay? That's as simple as it gets, right? No head and shoulders, wave 4, complex correction, double 3 or triple 3 correct. None of that's necessary. You can add to that. You can add to the, sort of insights. You can put layers of understanding in the analysis, but there's so many different ways to understand what's going on in this chart, and it's important, and not a lot of people know how to read it, okay? So that was Bitcoin dominance. We did the DXY. Let's go into Bitcoin, okay? And it's a great, fun time, okay? I said this yesterday. Like, these are the times where we sit back and as the artist formerly known as Kanye said, watch the money pile up. You sit back and watch the money pile up, right? All this time, we've been in accumulation, in this fourth wave accumulation, okay? It was kind of a double 3 followed by consolidation reversal pattern, an AB base. And we finally got the bounce that we were looking for, the move that we were looking for out of this support level, okay? This support level right here. So we put in our wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Wave 4 was a complex correction, right, at the 20K level. And just like I said in the title, goodbye 20K. Why is it goodbye 20K? Okay, let's look at this. So I'm confidently stating that 20K is something of the past, okay? Once we leave it for good. Why? It's because we tested it, we broke it, okay? So the 20K region right here, it was broken, retested, and now it's gone. We did everything we need to do to leave it, once and for good. Okay? You can't. We spent so much time below 20K butting our heads against that as resistance. This is trading 101. Again, Elliott wave's great, okay? But it always, I think the best analysis is simple. It is straightforward. Few and far between is it necessary to bust out some complicated, far-fetched Elliott wave explanation for what's going on in the chart. Most times, if your analysis is sound, you should be able to do it with simple support and resistance. Simple concepts that you see time and time again. And that one, in this instance, is basically you broke resistance, right? You were under 20K for quite some time, okay? Not just since August, but if you zoom out, you'll see you'd been under 20K for quite some time, yeah? You were under 20K here, you broke out, you broke back down. You're under 20K for quite some time again. No, I don't want that. I just want to... Okay, there we go. You were under 20K for a while again. And finally, you're breaking up. You're retesting it. And now you're going to leave it, okay? You're going to finally leave 20K. Okay, obviously this is not the same as this. Okay, if you look at it, because some people are probably thinking, well, Dean, we already broke 20K before and we came back down, we crashed back down. Look at this. Were you butting your head up against 20K? No. This is a different type of price action, right? You kind of were in your initial break of structure here. 20K wasn't really what you were dealing with. It's actually 25K here. So here the resistance that was established was 25,000. Okay, here the resistance that was established was 20,000. Okay, so 25,000 is going to be the next one to retest. So this is why, and this brings me to the next point I'm going to make. Okay, question: where are we going from here? I think it's quite simple. We have to break 25,000 and hit the next main target, which is either between 30 and 32, and then come back down to retest 25K, because 25K proved to be major resistance, as you can see right there. Okay, so this is basic support and resistance. We can get a little more technical, fancy by busting out some Elliott wave theories, but by and large, you broke 20K, you retested it in a very nice, very thorough, complex wave 4 correction, a 3 WXY, okay, and now you're on your way. Let's get rid of all this so you can see. You're on your way up impulsively from that level, okay, and this is the impulse. Okay, so now let's zoom in to the hourly time frame. And you can see the impulse right here, okay? And, this is the power of being able to read. A lot of people can't read. And so, BitBoy, I watch BitBoy, by the way, and I watch BitBoy not for the technical analysis, but just to get my finger on the pulse, because I think it's a decent source of general news going on in the crypto space. And, just to stay informed. And it's entertaining. He's an entertaining guy. So I watch BitBoy. I think he does a good job covering main topics, and it's the biggest channel. So, just to get my finger on the pulse, as it were. But yeah, BitBoy, for instance, in his live stream today said something. The title was Bitcoin rallying and stocks crashing. And I'm like, if you can read charts, you know that's not correct. Bitcoin is rallying, but it hasn't yet rallied. Some altcoins have rallied, yeah, but Bitcoin hasn't yet rallied. It is in the process of rallying, and stocks are not crashing, okay? Like, that is not correct. You know, that's just saying stuff. You can see very clearly here, if we go and have a peek at the SPX, it's on support, and it's been on support. Nothing's really changed. Let's go on the smaller time frame. You can clearly see what I'm talking about here, okay? We went up for 5 waves, it seems. Let's see. Went up for 5 waves, came down for 3, okay? And now we're doing AB-based consolidation at this point, okay? You don't sit at support and say you're crashing. You don't retest support and say you're like, a retest of support is not crashing. And you know, it's not about knowing like the intricacies of you know, Elliott wave theory or Gann analysis or anything like that. This is just simple fucking technical analysis. This is clearly a support level that you formed over here. You broke resistance, and now you're retesting it as support. And then you continue. If you break this, okay, then now you broke support. Then you can say it's nosediving. That's the word he used, nosediving. But it's not nosediving. You retest support. That's a natural function of price action going up impulsively. Retesting support, critical support or resistance as support, okay? Anyway, back to Bitcoin. We can see here, this is kind of what we're doing, okay? We have gone impulsive, okay? So on the hourly time frame, we can see lots of great detail. And it looks as if, let's see. It looks as if we have a nice 5-wave move here. That doesn't start here, no. That is not where it starts. Why do I know that? Because the time it takes for this to go up is way shorter than the time it takes to come down. So I know that this is an A, B, or corrective wave. So I know actually that this is the wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and my wave 5, okay? So that's what I know just by, you know, reading my charts. I see that as a leading diagonal right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, a deep wave 4, okay? And given that, I know that wave 5 is going to be extended, okay? If it's not yet finished. So I'm going to take waves 1 through 3 retracement, wave 4. And where did wave 5 hit? The 1618. Where wave 5 extensions, I say this like every other day on the channel. Wave 5 extensions, when you're in a leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wave 5 extensions are typically measured taking waves 1 through 3 and retracement of wave 4. You can learn this in the wave manual, or what's it called? Proctor and Frost. You can learn this in most, you know, decent Elliott waves manuals. This is why we study this stuff. You know, support and resistance is not going to give you that projection necessarily. But good Elliott wave theory is going to give you insights as to how to project that wave 5, okay? And now that we have that wave 5 projected, we know with a high degree of probability that 21,242, or yeah, the phi ratio, 1,618, 21,242 is likely the end of that 5-wave sequence. So this is done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's done. That's a very nice leading diagonal finished. And what comes next is a 3-wave move that takes just about as long as your 5-wave move took up. Okay, this is the level of accuracy, and you know, that level of accuracy that good technical analysis, Elliott wave theory affords. Okay, it's not enough to say, oh, this level is like a support level, this is resistance level, right? That's one level of it. That's fine and well. We use it all the time. Now we can tell you how long we're probably going to take at this level, right? That's why you study, okay? So We got up to this level and it's likely finished. And why? What's another reason why we know it's likely finished? It's because we came all the way back down and tested wave 4 of the previous trend. What happens when you test wave 4 of the previous trend? That's your initial break of structure. Say it all the time on the channel. Your initial break of structure tends to target wave 4 of the previous trend. All right? So we got that. What we expect is another wave up and then another wave down. Okay? And so what we can do with this initial 5-wave move in Bitcoin, right? That's preparing to leave this 20K region, is pull our Fibonacci retracement tool. And we can see that this move right here is pretty much where we're likely to end up, with a nice flat correction, okay? Something like this. We know it's likely, again, all probabilistic, but this is a high probability read because everything's going according to, textbook. This is a textbook leading diagonal, hitting the phi ratio, all that stuff. And then the retracement should also be textbook. And if the retracement is textbook, if this is a wave 1, wave 2 situation, what do we expect? Okay, let's change let's get more precise here. This should be primary, okay, because let's just default it. If this is going to be a primary 3-wave correction, let's make this a primary 5-wave move up, okay? So all we're going to do here to say how long is simply measure this. So it took 15 hours to come up from this level, okay? This level of 20,200 all the way to 21,300, okay? It took 15 hours. If this is a wave 2, we should expect something similar. We should expect a 15-hour move. Okay? So I'm expecting Bitcoin to bounce off the 1618. Okay, let's just keep that right here. Okay, so Saturday, midnight, Friday, Saturday. So tonight at midnight, okay? So let's put back our Fibonacci retracement tool. Right in the golden pocket, right? Between the 382 and the 618. This is where we can expect Bitcoin to come back to 20,600 before heading back up, okay? So you see here, again, support and resistance corroborates this read. Support and resistance and all other manners of reading charts shouldn't contradict your, Elliott wave ninjutsu. Okay, if it's valid, if it's sound analysis, it should stand, it should withstand common sense. It should withstand all of these other ways of looking at charts, especially the simplified ways. Again, breaking resistance, retesting it as support. That's all that this is. The Elliott wave analysis enabled us to know more or less around the time we can expect the retracement to be over, okay? And it also lets us know that, this level has to be held. And support and resistance does that as well, because support showing that, okay, you've established this as support. If you're trying to go back up, you should hold this level right here, 20,700. Like right now, about now, you should start forming that B wave, that counter to this A wave. You see, I mean, it's not overly complex, but do you understand the genius of Elliott wave system, right? Ralph Nelson Elliott is not given enough credit, right? People like Proctor and Frost, obviously, they're big fans, but saying that he was just making stuff up about AB basing, it's like, dude, put some respect on this dude's name. Like, that's absolute genius to be able to see all of these patterns throughout nature and then categorize them, right? You have to be obsessive, you have to be genius, you have to be a little crazy to go through 50 plus years of Dow Jones industrial averages on paper. Like, come on. He didn't have TradingView. So yeah, so this is what I think is going on with Bitcoin. Our, again, our indicators are telling us the same thing, right? What's our indicator saying? This is the hourly time frame. Our momentum indicator is saying that we're bottoming out. We're gonna go back up, and then come back down around this time, right? Do you see that? Your indicators a lot of times tell you many things, but it's not enough to just rely on this, because sometimes you don't get enough information, you don't have context. Using price action primarily, use the indicators corroboratively. I mean, you get dangerous. And personally, my trades are doing really, 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 really well. Okay, really well. I'm not the type, I used to, not the type anymore to post my return on investment on Twitter. I think that's obnoxious. But it's at the bottom of a bear market, and already every single last trade, on one exchange at least, is doing better than a few 100%. Actually, better than 100%. Some are doing better than 500. Two are doing better than 500%. It's just, this is the work that we've put in. There's very little luck involved, right? You see us every day coming in here, doing reads, taking high probability trades, protecting our positions and doing all that stuff. Like, that shit pays off. And we're just at the beginning, right? It's a few $1,000s now. Like, this is a six to nine figures, some of them, right? Easy. 7 to 9 figures, sorry. 6 figures is easy. Obviously, we're at the bottom of the market, and we're already up a few thou, You don't even need that much starter money for, these kinds of returns on investment. That's why everybody's in crypto, right? We make money. We make crazy amounts of money. All right. Pedro says, hey, curious to know your thoughts on a Lido chart. All right, let's add Lido for Pedro. Let's see. All right, let's check the time. It's 12. All right, we're doing all right. All right, we're gonna quickly go through. I think the most important things were said already. Let's add this one. Okay, the most important things were said, but I think, price action, how to read price action, what the SPX doing, DXY, Bitcoin dominance, right? That's all I really care about. We'll quickly go through the watch list and, whatever Pedro wants to see, and then call it a stream. But yeah, this is when you lay back and you enjoy your gains. I mean, the work has been done. Like, if you're smart, this is, you've been accumulating that support. And, there's going to be a lot of people coming into this channel, coming into other channels late into the run. And my best advice will be just buy spot, okay? Because there's too much risk involved trying to, if you don't know what you're doing, trying to get in on leverage, right? Because you just get stopped out and, it's not worth it. Anyway. Cardano. Let's zoom out on the 4-hourly. Okay, Cardano started its move, and again, kind of like Bitcoin, it's not much different. You got you got a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 situation, okay? And it's, again, a leading diagonal. And here you got your WXY. You're running flat, okay? So you're going into your extended wave 5. You're at your neckline. And remember, all of these bullish patterns or bearish patterns, they're confirmed once you officially break this neckline, retest it. That's what's going on right now. You break it, you retest it, and then you're off to the races, okay? I know that Bitcoin's likely to move at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard. Okay, so 12 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard, or would it be 12 a.m. tonight? No, 12 a.m. tomorrow, because 11:59 is still today, right? And then 12 a.m. is tomorrow, or is it 12:01? I have no idea. Let's just say 12 a.m. tomorrow, first thing tomorrow. Okay, but when are these altcoins going to go? I don't know. Some of them have already started to go. Okay, so don't necessarily expect the altcoins to wait for Bitcoin to make a move. Remember, this is alt season. Bitcoin dominance is tanking. So let's make a quick sort of demonstration of what I mean. Let's go in our general watch list. There's nothing. Wait, what? Let's try that again. Okay, so you can already see there's some things that have moved already, or already started to move significantly. Okay, they're up double digits, right? Band is up a lot more, right? Whereas Bitcoin's just up a few percent, right? These altcoins are not going to wait around for Bitcoin. So don't think that, oh, okay, I'm just going to wait for Bitcoin, or I'm just going to make my trades at 12 a.m. because Dean said it's likely that Bitcoin starts moving at 12 a.m. on Friday, or 12 a.m. on Saturday. Not necessarily. These altcoins may move way before. Okay, so I don't know when they're necessarily going to move, but you can use the same methods of analysis to try and figure those things out, right? If they're in a wave 1, wave 2 situation, you can time wave 2 based off of wave 1 with a high degree of probability. If it's a wave 4, good luck. It's not that easy. But all we know is this wave 4 is complete. This wave 5 is already starting. Okay, and you're basically at your neckline. So this is pretty much about to go. It's a matter of, hours, I would say. Same thing with Polkadot. Again, you have a wave. I forget what this is. Sorry. I'm just going to have to measure this. Yeah, no. Yeah, okay, here it is. The wave 1, wave 2 is down here, like this. Okay, something like that. And then you're going into your extended wave 5. Same thing, this was a leading diagonal. No. This is wave 1. Fuck. What is this? I think this is wave 1, wave 2, right here. I think this is wave 1, and this is wave 2, I think. Something like that. See, it's not everything's the same, okay? Things are similar, but they're not all the same. So you gotta be careful. I think this is wave 1 right here. And this is wave 2. Maybe, something like that. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. But I wouldn't be surprised if you started with this wave 3 in Polkadot. I think it's likely that either this is wave A and this is wave B, or this is wave 1 and wave 2, and then you're starting an impulse here, okay? So whatever it is, I think you're going much higher, and you're going to do that imminently, okay? So don't be surprised, just like we saw with Band Protocol, we're seeing with Matic, we're seeing with a lot of other projects. You're going to see 40, 50, 60% pumps in the market, 100% pumps in the market, yeah? In altcoins. Like, this is it. ETH, I think it's quite clearly in a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. This is complex wave 4, kind of like Bitcoin. And then you are... You may be kind of like what Bitcoin's doing, putting in a wave 2 correction for this wave 1. Okay? That's what I see on ETH. So I think you're coming down before you go back up. But DOT, I don't see that. I don't know. I would have to go on smaller time frames, and I'm not trading this, so I don't really care. But yeah, you can figure this out. You just go on a smaller time frame and you know, suss it out. Okay, this to me looks clearly like a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 situation. You're popping up for wave 5. Okay. I don't think you're finished here. We can figure that out with a high degree of probability with this quick move right here. Like this. Yep, see? Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 hits between the 1618 and the 2 Fibonacci extension. So this was wave 4. Whatever. So wave 4 is probably going to go on for a little bit. Okay, so, but this is wave 4. So yeah, do you see, everything's a little different. Everything's kind of doing the same thing, but not exactly. And that's okay. But what's important is when you're trading, you're careful. You hide your stops behind crucial support, and you know, just wait. Patience is huge right now. Huge, right? The most amateur of traders, Bitcoin actually, BitBoy actually said this. And again, I respect BitBoy for what he does in the space, all the stuff he's doing, the bill, and you know, I learned a lot, you know, about crypto, period. Just generally speaking, about the space, about how it works, all that stuff from BitBoy Crypto. So appreciate. But yeah, he's not a trader. He doesn't know how to trade. And he's like, ooh, things are popping up. Maybe we should take some profits. That's literally the last thing you want to do at the bottom of a market. You want to be patient. You don't want to get all big-eyed about 20%, 30, 40% profits, even 60% profits. That's nothing. This is the bottom of a bull market. Just leave it. Right? If you really want to make money, and I want everybody on this channel that watches this channel, that follows this channel, that follows my work, to make crazy amounts of money and do great things with it, okay? Not be ruinous, not you know, pick up some addictions or anything like that, but, you know, improve your family's life, improve your life, improve your community's life. Please, if you're in a good trade, especially spot trades, but a good leverage trade, and your stops are well hidden behind crucial support, right? Just take your Fibonacci retracement, the length of your impulse, and hide it behind the 0618. Don't fucking touch it, please, for a few months. Can you do that for me? Right? A few $1,000s isn't going to change your life. A few $100s isn't going to change your life. But, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe, okay? We want to get there before taking profits at the bottom of a bull market. We're at the bottom of a bull market, rather. So in a bull market, you know, not financial advice, but this is financial advice. Like, at the bottom of a bull market, just let the profits grow. Like, don't try to overtrade like Frankie Candles. You know, trading this and trading that and trying to long and short shit. That's stupid. You're at the bottom of a bull market. Just buy and get the hell out of the way. Take a vacation if you can't control yourself. That's my best advice. Like, these little profits here and there is stupid. It's absolutely stupid at the bottom of a bull market. Just think about it. You know? ETH we looked at. Reserve rights. See, I see exactly what we saw in Polkadot, but at a different stage. See, everything's kind of doing the same thing, but at a different stage. You see 1, 2, 3. You see your wave 4. Now you're entering your wave 5. If that isn't the end of your wave 5. I don't think it is the end of your wave 5, but it may be. You know? But you see, these are impulses. Very clearly defined impulses. Yeah. We're going up. Impulsively. Okay? Once you see those 5 waves, and you've determined that the base was not corrective, then you just get out of the way. Understand that every time you go up in 5 waves and it's finished, you're going to have that 3-wave correction, and then you're going to keep going. You're literally going to do that for months. Months. Okay? We can pull out our volume profile, or our volume indicator, and that'll give us a little bit of a hint as to what's happening. You see the volume on this move? I don't think that this is close to finished. I think that this 5-wave move is going to continue to go up. Personally, like, you're seeing massive volume. Again, synthetics. Wave 1, wave 2, very clear. This is clearly a wave 3. Maybe a wave 3 in progress. I don't see a wave 4 finished. I think it's a wave 3 in progress. So just get out of the way. You're going higher. Much higher. Okay? Veracity, same thing. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 in progress. If it's not in wave 4. Maybe in wave 4, but I don't think so. Looks like it's a wave 3 in progress. ZIL. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Maybe this is wave 4. Okay? And you're just finishing it. Okay? And I say that just because the retracement here was quite stark. So I don't know that this is intra-wave, wave 3 correction. I would say that was a legitimate wave 4, right? Something like this. And then you're continuing for your final wave. Ravane hasn't done anything yet. This one's funny. It's very volatile. But just look at this. Clearly wanting to break this resistance. When it goes, this one goes. It's like that. Doesn't do anything halfway. It consolidates. It's either going up or just stable. Kadena, same. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. I think wave 4 was formed. I think you're going into wave 5 now. Okay? And that wave 5, again, given that this is a bull market, and I repeat, this is a bull market. This is no longer a bear market. A lot of people like to say, in the bear market, in the bear market, in the bear market. Like, it's not a bear market. Okay? It's definitely not a bear market. You can make a case that the sideways price action that we've had since May was the bear market, right? When you're going sideways, you've already finished the drawdown. You could say, okay, maybe that's a bear market. We can argue about that. But after you've changed so you've gone down impulsively, you've gone sideways correctively, consolidatively, and after you've changed the trend back from down to up, you can no longer say it's a bear market. You can, again, no longer say it's a bear market once you start printing impulsive waves up, okay? It's up to you to notice that. If you don't notice that, then you're not going to invest accordingly, okay? And obviously, best times to invest are in that interim part. This is where the big boys do it. This is where the pros do it. The pros go long over here, not over here, right? Pros go long over here. Some of them go long right there, okay? Whatever. And then they go short the pros go short over here. They read those AB bases. Whether they know they're reading AB bases or not, they understand, as Wyckoff would say, distribution patterns. So in sequences of distribution, they're like, oh, okay, I know what's going on. This is where I'm going to accumulate shorts or accumulate these positions to the downside, or kind of I'm going to free up. I'm going to sell off, or sell into dollars or whatever, right? Litecoin for MB. I know MB was excited about Litecoin, but yeah, Litecoin is been going. This is the hourly time frame. You could see, like, we've been going up steadily for quite some time, and this is the beauty of doing high time frame analysis. You're not so concerned with how it goes up and all the little bits and pieces and stuff like that. You're not trying to outsmart yourself, outsmart the room, be like a genius. Like, I've tried this. Trust me, it's stupid. Trying to long and then short this, and then long this, and then short this, like, it's stupid. There's nothing else to say. You'll lose money. I guarantee you'll lose money. It's a bad game. Probabilistically, you're not going to win. You're not going to beat. There's too much variation. There's too much variance. There's too much uncertainty in the price action for how it can go up impulsively for you to accurately buy and sell that move where you're profitable. Your best bet is to buy once and then sell much later, if at all. Okay? Because you recognized that period of accumulation and then the move up. Okay? So, people have been arguing, are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull? People, big accounts, people who are experts, they're confused. I don't know if it's, what's more clear, right? You can look at it. You could just look at the price action, but a lot of people don't look at charts, right? They don't even believe in charts, and that's fine. But you can see clear uptrend, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, 5 waves up, 3 waves down, just continued this pattern, okay? You can say that this was corrective, maybe. Okay, you can make that case, or you could say that this was a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, right? Nice triangle in your wave 4. You know that you can't get a triangle outside of wave 4. So every time you see a triangle, if you think either wave B, X, or 4, okay? And given what we saw here, it's likely wave 4 of a leading diagonal. We've been seeing those. And that leading diagonal broke up and out. Wave 3, and just let it keep going. Let it extend. Who cares? The worst thing to do in a bull market is to have a take profit. Worst thing. A take profit. And I mean an actual bull market. Like, when I mean bull market, I mean like a macro bull market. Get out of their way. And why do people do that? It's because they don't know any better. And they're scared. And out of fear, because in the past they never took profit or something like that, and so they lost money. They went up to 200K and then back down to 0, and they're like, I'm never going to let that happen again. As soon as I realize any profit, I'm going to take profit. But in taking profit, you're taking profit out of your pocket. Okay? So if you know how to read a chart even a little bit, you know how to use your stochastic RSI even a little bit, you put it on a high time frame and you just wait. That's the beauty of being chart literate. You don't have so much fear because you can read charts to a high degree of probability, kind of like a professional poker player. Being able to be profitable. It's the same thing. Yeah, it's a game of chance. And there's risk. But by and large, they're going to beat you. And they're going to beat most people because they know what they're doing. They've controlled or understood the risk, and they're playing that, right? So go on the high time frames and see what's going on. You see these channels, you're breaking through, kind of like what you did in Doge, probably going to retest it, and then continue. That's it. Simple. Don't take profit. I mean, you do what you want, but if you really want the life-changing wealth, don't take profit yet. Don't be like the Dogecoin millionaire and never take profit, You take profit at the top of a market, but in order to take profit at the top of a market, you have to be able to recognize the top of a market. This is why the most valuable thing you can do, and anybody can do, whether you're investing in stocks, cryptos, anything, is be able to be chart literate. It shouldn't be, if really people want to help others invest, tell them to go take a course, a modicum of technical analysis to be able to read charts. Or else, how do you know to take profits? You're just gonna, ride it all the way back down. But even the Dogecoin millionaire, he's at $500,000 right now. even having ridden it all the way back down. So, a long enough time frame, you're eventually going to win. But it's going to take you years. And you're going to leave a lot of profits on the table, which is fine, but whatever. To each their own. I think Dogecoin, speaking of which, is in a wave 4 correction, okay? So I think what's going on is you had wave 2 down here. This is wave 4, and what you're going to get is wave 5. Now, wave 5 may be a regular wave 5, or it may be an extended wave 5, but I do believe that at some point you're coming back down to this level right here, okay? I think you're going to do something like that, okay? And again, you can corroborate this using your Fibonacci levels. Okay, if this is wave 1, like I said, retracement of wave 2. Wave 3 should hit between the 1618 and the 2. Look at that right there. This is why we study, and this is why we use these patterns, or these level, or these, what are they? Patterns. This is why we study, so we know wave 3 typically hits balance of probability between 1618 and the 2 Fibonacci extension. This is exactly what happened. So we know high degree of probability. This is wave 4. Okay, this is a complex wave 4 correction. Wave 2 was relatively simple, and then wave 5 can be, right now, it's on the table that wave 5 is extended. Why? Well, because we haven't had an extension yet. Wave 3 was normal, wave 1 was normal, so wave 5 can be extended, but maybe it's not going to be extended. Why? Because it's likely that we come back down here and retest this very important resistance that we were under for 170 days, okay? I don't know that we are for sure, but it's, I wouldn't rule it out. So you see that top of this was a resistance that we hit our heads against for 170 days. Boom, boom. And then finally broke up. Third time's a charm. What we're finally going to do, I think we're going to go up, come back down, test it in 3 waves. It's going to take just about as long as it took for us to get up. 5 waves, right? This is why we do what we do, okay? And you can look at the VPVR. It's showing you exactly where the support, horizontal support and resistance are. Let's say I didn't have this channel drawn. The VPVR is showing you exactly that this is an important point of support, and this is kind of a gulf, okay? And this region where wave 4 is, maybe you go up a little bit. So basically what it's telling you is, and you can look left, you can see the price action. I think we get to this level right here, to this 18, 19 cents before making our 3 waves down, retesting that, and then heading back up, okay? Am I going to sell this top? No, I don't have that kind of time. I could, and then buy back, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not nickel and diming, It could be there's a percentage, or there's a possibility or probability that this could be extended, right? And I have a really good position here, down here. So I am not going to jeopardize 6 months worth of gains. I can make a lot more by just leaving this and letting myself take this L and this retracement, versus the price really heading up impulsively and putting in an extended wave 5, and then the retracement is shallower than I thought. Okay, I'm speaking from experience. I've done all of these stupid things, right? And maybe you have to do it too before you it makes sense to you. Don't try to be smarter than the average bear in a bull market. Make your good entries and then leave it alone. Chances are you'll thank yourself later. Okay, Pedro says, okay, we already saw that. Amazing videos of the world. Kudos. Debt and MFT analysis. All right, we'll add MFT. Tetris Game says, hey, wild market, long time. Yep, been a long time. Hey, Tetris Game. All right, so let's add MFT for amazing videos of the world. Okay. I don't know which one I want to add. Let's try this one. Okay, Dodo. Let's get rid of this. I don't need it right now. Let's get rid of that. So Dodo's just making its way. You know, this is that 170-day channel, and on the bottoms, we said it's likely that we move up, and that's exactly what's happened. And so we're kind of halfway in, right? And we're likely to go to the top, break past the top, retest it, and then move on. That's the theme, okay? And that's not like a, oh, Dodo does this or Doge does this. This is just basic technical analysis. Channel analysis, and I've said this before, right? How do you trade channels? Channels have three important levels. The bottom, which is support, the top, which is resistance, the middle, which is support when you're above it, resistance when you're below it. You go and break the channel, which is breaking major resistance, retest it, and then you continue. If you break down from a channel, you do the same thing. You break down, you retest it as resistance, and then you continue, okay? That's just breakdowns, retests, support and resistance, trading 101, you know? If you really, really get your fundamentals down, you can do damage, you can be dangerous, you can make a lot of money, right? You may not be able to make the finer reads, but even if I had a class with people who knew nothing about technical analysis, in a week's time, they could already start making money and do a lot of things on high time frames at the very least, right? Just with basic understandings that you can see universally, right? This is important. Same thing with algo, and algo's pretty much breaking that channel right now. Okay, so what happens when you break a channel? Just like any other pattern, you typically break the channel to make. So if the channel is this high, once you break the channel, you usually hit that target. Does that make sense? So just like any other pattern that you see, when we do our measured move, right? The technical target is typically the height of that pattern superimposed from the point of breakout. Same thing with the channel. It's no different. You've been consolidating. Once you make that move up or down, your measured move, your technical target tends to be the height of that channel, that confined price action. So this is pretty much where we're targeting. The top of algo, and just like Dodo, just like Dogecoin, we expect some sort of retest of the top of this 170-day channel before continuation to the upside. Okay, Telcoin. This is something I got in this morning, and I told you guys about this yesterday. That I had a plan. One of my plans was, once XRP and Dent, two of my recent leverage trades, were in the money, you know, and past a certain point, I would move up my stops, put them in. So this is kind of trading technique, okay? So I move my stops into profit, but still my stops are hidden behind important support. There's no reason to move your stops into profit where it's in a hot zone, meaning it's likely to get hit, or it's not protected, right? I want to stay in the trade. I don't want to keep trading. It takes a lot of energy, it takes a lot of time and attention. So what I want to do is I want to stay in the trade, right? But at the same time, I want some peace of mind, and I want to free up some margin, right? So any leverage trade has margin, and depending on what instrument you're using, you can access that margin. So on Femex, for instance, if your trade goes up by enough, right, you could take some margin out. So I put extra margin in to play some defense in XRP and Dent. I took that out and I put it into Telcoin as spot. Okay, so that's no risk. Okay, spot trade, no risk. You could go down to zero. I still have the amount of Telcoin, right? And so that was down here early this morning. And now what happens, or is what's happened, is you're pretty much getting that move up and out of this leading diagonal as we counted, right? We're counting this as wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, now extended wave 5. This is what we're in right now, okay? And again, you're going to see altcoins move before Bitcoin moves. And that shouldn't surprise you, because this is a bull market, and in any technical bull market, you're going to have an alt season. In any technical bear market, altcoins are going to bleed against Bitcoin. That's just how it works. Okay? So in one case, Bitcoin dominance shoots up, right? In a bear market, Bitcoin dominance shoots up impulsively. In a bull market, Bitcoin dominance shoots down impulsively, right? This was the read we made yesterday on stream, and it happened to be correct. Okay, why do we know it's correct? Because it's confirmed. So I was looking at this, and I'd been looking at it for days, and I finally said, well, you know what? Maybe it's a big, massive triangle, okay? And we counted 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves, and I said I like this count, okay? I like this count, and the confirmation of such, 3-wave move, triangle, it's essentially a bull flag, right? So here's your flagpole, here's your pennant, and now the breakout. The breakout is going to be the confirmation. And that's what we got. And so, yeah, it's confirmed. You see the volume has spiked. So that's what we got in XRP. Expect this to be the impulse that goes up much higher. And again, remember where we are in XRP. And I want to make this point. So we've been looking at a lot of projects like Dogecoin, like, what else did we look at? Any project that was in their consolidation reversal channel. Look at the channel for XRP, okay? The channel for XRP, actually I can move this up. I'm going to move this up. I don't like where I drew this. This is more accurate right here, okay? So you see, the channel for XRP was up here. And in correction, okay, so XRP didn't spend all 170 days in its channel, right, like most altcoins. XRP kind of spent 140 days and then broke up above and retested the top of the channel in this move, but correctively, okay? This is not yet impulsive price action. We know that because this corrective move is way longer than this impulsive move, so this is a zigzag, okay? This is an A wave, this is a B wave, and now you get your impulsive wave, pure impulse, okay? Now, XRP is a little different than most other assets. I think Quant is in this category where you're already broke the resistance and retested it as support of your channel. So like you see Dogecoin has to go up and come down. A lot of things have to go up, break their channel, and then come back down and retest it for wave 2. XRP is gone after this. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? Like XRP no longer has to check in with the top of the channel. Don't be surprised if XRP, so basically what I'm trying to say is, don't be surprised if XRP's next resistance is all the way up here. So 75% move. All the way to the top of this price action right here. Okay? Because there's no more big resistance that it has to retest, right? It spent 140 days in this consolidation reversal channel. Now it's free to just go. Okay, so did I say 75%? Sorry, I meant like, don't be surprised if XRP puts in a few 100% to the upside. And it just keeps going up and up and up and up and up and up. And people like BitBoy, people who don't read charts are going to say, oh, it's because the court case is settled. Or it's because this and that. This is what the charts are saying, okay? Show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. Sometimes they come together, right? And the chart and the news, right? They say the same thing, but it doesn't matter. This is why we chart, because it tells you everything. It tells you absolutely everything. Okay, so don't be surprised. Again, if XRP just keeps going up and up and up and up and up, and people are like, well, when is it going to stop? It's in the portion of its bull market where it no longer has to retest this. And that's going to be its wave one. Okay, it might put in a large wave one. Okay, so that's XRP. Dent. Okay, kind of like what you're seeing. Let me just check the time real quick. All right, I got a little time left. So Dent, just like most other altcoins, it's effectively at the bottom of this consolidation reversal channel for 170 days. Expect it to go up and break this, just like Dogecoin, just like Dodo, just like a lot of other altcoins, and then eventually retest before continuing. Okay, so at the very, very least, you can expect 100%. I would say 100%, 150%, something like that. Okay, actually, sorry, very least 150%, right? Because if it breaks the channel, it's gonna go the height of the channel, so around here, which is like 150% or something like that. Yeah. In the next few days, right? 2 days, 3 days, that's all it needs. Typically, these moves happen like that. Okay, Lido. Okay, first thing we can see on the high time frame is that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move, and then a nice zigzag, a 3 wave move. Okay, and this took way longer than this. Okay, so I could safely say that this is not impulsive. Like, this is impulsive, but this is not a purely impulsive move. This is not a wave 1, wave 2 situation. Okay, that's what I can say. Actually, we can get more specific. We can say this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we know that this is wave 4. Okay, and we can try and confirm that with a high degree of probability, taking the Fibonacci extension tool, retracement of extension of wave 1, retracement of wave 2. Yeah, wave 3. So this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. No, I was right the first time. But again, I don't like how... So this is a 5-wave move. This is a complete 5-wave move. Okay, let's say it's complete over here, actually. Ending diagonal. Okay, so 44 days up. Maybe I was tripping myself up by not reading that ending diagonal properly. Okay, you know what? I don't love it, but it's not that different. Okay, 44 days, 61 days, more or less, as the Chinese would say, 差不多. It's more or less comparable. Okay, so we could say this is a wave 1, wave 2 situation, right? Waves of the same degree are comparable in time and in price. So we got 5 waves up, we got 3 waves down. I'm okay. Okay, I'm not gonna be like a stickler for, it's got to be 50 days on each side or whatever, So this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 is getting started. Okay, so I think interestingly enough, this is a interesting chart because you had a purely impulsive move start in June, end of June, which is weird. It's odd. I don't see any other charts looking like this. Okay, so quite simply, if this is wave 1 and that's wave 2, likely target for wave 3 is $26.44 all the way to $55.90. Okay, obviously it could go less, it could go more. What do I mean by that? Wave 1 can be truncated to a minimum of the 1 Fibonacci extension, okay? In which case, it can put in a leading diagonal, and wave 1 is the same size as wave 3, so, your targets would be $7.87. I don't know that this is, I don't think that, this can happen, but, again, high degree of probability, the next target is going to fall somewhere in between in this region right here, okay? High degree of probability. So that's Lido. When? You can also do that. Elliott wave is powerful. Okay, let me just do this one last thing. Let's do our trend-based fib time tool, okay? Take wave 1, and then retracement of wave 2. And, a rough assumption is that wave 3 ends not just in terms of time, in terms of price between the 1618 and the 2 Fibonacci extension, but also in terms of price. In terms of time. So just like you project price, you can project time. So according to this projection, wave 3 could go something like this. And let's just add, okay, let's do something real quick. Am I running out of time? I'm close. I got a few minutes left. I'm fine on time. Let's just add the 2 Fibonacci extension. I don't like that color. I like this color. Okay. And there's a reason I did that. Obviously. Because just like the price, we can expect the price target between the 1618 and the 2 Fibonacci extension. The time target also can come between the 1618 and 2 Fibonacci extension. So the time I expect it to reach the phi ratio between the 1618 and 2 Fibonacci extension would be literally Christmas Eve's Eve, so Friday, December 23rd, or thereabouts, between Friday, December 23rd and January 8th. So I'd say between December and January, late December, early January, I would expect price for LDO to fall between 26 and 55, somewhere here, okay? So I think of all of the assets that I've seen, I would not be surprised if this were the first. This ran the fastest and stopped the soonest. And again, this is a chart unlike any I've seen because a lot of other assets are just, they look different, right? But this one looks like this, okay? MFT. Didn't we look at this? Yeah, I think we looked at this. I think I cleaned the chart up, so I don't know what I did, but I'm just trying to see if this is a viable wave 1, wave 2 situation. No. No, not even. Yeah, no. This is an AB situation. Okay. Just, and what I do, I simply took the measurements because waves of the same degree are comparable in time and in price. And although this looks like a 5-wave move, okay, there's no sort of relationship between the time this took and the time that took. So this subsequent retracement looks like a B-wave retracement, okay? Looks like a falling channel, and you're finally making your way out of it, okay? High time frame. Yeah, that's what we looked at. I remember looking at this, and we were looking at this as being your consolidation reversal pattern right here. And you're basically still at support. So yeah, this is still at support. Let's jump down on the smaller time frames. This is not a very good chart. Maybe this is my mistake. Choosing this chart. It's very low data. You can see it's pixelated. Let's see if Binance isn't any better. Okay, this is a little better. So the 4-hourly time frame. Yeah, you're about to break out. And how do you know that? You don't know for sure, but it's highly likely. You got a nice rounded bottom. You're at support. Okay? You're at structural support. Okay? You broke down a little bit below it, but you made a nice rounded bottom. You're breaking back into this. You can tell this is a relatively weak, and a highly volatile asset. You know, lots of wicking. Okay? But it's breaking back into this channel with this rounded bottom showing support. It's kind of like the closest thing to it is Ravane. Hasn't done anything, broke down a little bit below the channel, made a nice rounded bottom, and it's looking like it's going to pump out of it. Okay, so when it does pump, I wouldn't be surprised if this made a very large move. And kind of like what you see here, historically, it's just been very volatile. So it might go up by a lot and might go down by a lot again. So yeah, when it's very, very volatile like this, you just want to read it on a really high time frame and call it a day. Okay, this is nothing you want to be trading on a small time frame. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all the time I have for today. Let's see. It is 3 o'clock and I do have to go, but definitely keep your suggestions or your recommendations for Sunday. That's when I'll next be live streaming. Tetris Games says, can I have your thoughts on VWRP? So we can look at that another time because I gotta go. Yeah, you're welcome, Pedro. And Tetris Games says, remember QNT, by the way. You didn't put QNT. I think I mentioned QNT because I was making a parallel of some sort. But in any case, I'll happily do QNT next time. Sunday is the next time we're live streaming, by the way, guys. And yeah, that's it. Hope you have a great Saturday. Hope you have a great weekend. Like I said, I do expect Bitcoin to pump at midnight tonight. So that's in approximately 9 hours. Yeah, just based off of the Elliott wave analysis on the small time frames. But yeah, don't be surprised if altcoins front run that move. And that's it for me. Take care.